What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another installment of On the MOC, the show where we look at custom LEGO creations made by you guys. I have two quick reminders before we start. First, I do need more submissions, so please look at the instructions down below and share your wonderful creations. Second, I want to remind people that Muscovite Sandwich made a wonderful version of the Ulysses spacecraft for all of you who could not get it from LEGO. Links to both the free instructions that he has and to the part kit that I sell are in the description down below as well. Anyway, let's get into it. I feel like this is the part where I should have some like epic intro or whatever, but you know. Our first mock today comes from a guy named AJ Marty. He says he stopped building with LEGO over 8 years ago and recently just got into the YouTube mock scene and has so far been loving it. This particular mock is called Classio Soros. I'll put the name on screen here. It has about 600 to 800 pieces and took 14 hours to design. Okay, this thing is actually really cool. You can tell from some of the pictures that it is, to at least some extent, posable. And this is also the first time that I've had a mock which wasn't of a vehicle or like a diorama. Full disclosure, this was sitting in my inbox for a little bit and I was just going through the queue, but still. I'm curious what you guys think of the green fins on the back. Personally, I actually really like them, but I can also understand if some people think they stand out a little too much. Maybe I've just been playing too much Horizon Zero Dawn lately, but I really like this thing. I'm also a fan of sky whales, and this thing kind of reminds me of one, sort of. Okay, that might be a little much of a stretch, but seriously, all of this looks good. I love how you did the tail here. I love how all the fins are done. This is a fantastic build. Up next, from a creator simply known as Liam, are two Mechs, and I've got to tell you, I really love Mechs. I'm surprised we don't see more of them in LEGO. I know we saw a few of them in Ninjago, and there's that one exoskeleton from Ideas, I believe. But Mechs have always been a fun idea for me, and I love what Liam did here, especially with the names. The first is Rover, which might sound simple until you realize it stands for Remotely Operated Vehicle External Reactor, and the other is Stamina, Single Trooper Assault Mech Internal Nuclear Array. Okay, one thing that a lot of you probably don't know about me is that I actually do a lot of creative writing. I mentioned it in one of my very first videos and like never again since then, but if you ask anyone who's read my writing, then you would know I love doing that with names as well. It's just a lot of fun to do. I'm not entirely sure which one is which. I assume Rover is on the left and Stamina is on the right. He also included a shot of the custom weapons he made, and this guy with his mechanical legs, which is just insane, and I love that. I'm not entirely certain how posable these mechs are, but it doesn't really matter. They can both hold minifigures, they look awesome, and more people need to make mechs, please. Liam, thank you for sharing that. I'm sorry it took so long to put out here. Moving on, we go to a creator simply known as Nick, and there's not too much to talk about here in terms of details provided, because Nick had a lot of spare 501st battle packs, and so they made an appropriately themed 501st command center. He said it only uses parts from the battle pack itself, and there are about 4 of them in here. I don't even live near the Air Force Base anymore. I don't know why they're flying over me. Anyway, I do really like this command center actually, and again, I'm surprised that LEGO has never put out something like this. Obviously, using the same pieces from the same battle pack really helps with this, but I do like how he made it symmetrical. He gave everyone places to be, made it look like there were posts to be at, he added some antennas, and it really does look like a command center. It doesn't look like he just threw pieces together. I'm not sure if Nick had an idea or not when going into this, but it's clear he knows what he's doing. And one of the reasons that I wanted to show this is specifically because battle packs are meant to be purchased in bulk. You're not really supposed to just get one, they expect you to get 3, 4, 5, 10, 100. And maybe you don't like the vehicles included, or maybe you don't need to get a 99th one of them. Well, ideas like this show you that you can take those and make something of your own. Our fourth submission comes from a guy whose name I really like, simply known as Truffles. It's a fun name to say. But anyway, this is their fully custom TIE Eliminator. It comes with one pilot seat, one gunner seat, and movable wings, and it includes 945 parts. That does not include the lasers. Truffles goes on to say that this would have been a craft used in the early stages of the Empire for attacks on large groups of ships. It was known for its high speed and damage output, but was discontinued shortly after the Battle of Yavin due to its fragility, ineffectiveness at dealing with smaller crafts, and its high cost. When Truffles said that this is a fully custom build, he means fully custom. The TIE Eliminator is his design. And this thing looks amazing. It's a little out there for TIE fighter designs, but I think that's also kind of the point. I can definitely see this still being part of the Imperial Navy, but I can also see it fitting exactly what you described, saying that it would be fragile and too expensive. I am going to call you out on something though, and it's really just in the form of a question, but are these turbines in the middle of the wings the actual engines? Because the TIE in TIE Fighter does stand for Twin Ion Engine, so I kind of felt like I needed to ask. That does not take away from the build by any means at all. It still looks awesome, and if I was part of the rebellion and I saw this thing bearing down on me, yeah, I'd probably be a little scared. Given I always wondered how many people in the rebellion were scared considering they were facing the big bad Empire, but you know, that's a question for another time. Anyway, this is an amazing build, and thank you for sharing it. Lastly is a video from KP Bricks of their UCS Kylo Ren Shuttle. I believe they have a different name on my Discord, but I cannot remember it at this moment. By this point, you should probably know that I really love the First Order aesthetic, and that does include things like this shuttle, and yeah, this is an amazing build. Like always, I am going to link to the full video in the description and highly encourage you to watch it from him, as he has all the details you need to know there. But I did want to share it because this thing is incredible. But let me know what your favorite mock of this week was in the comments down below. Also, I am thinking of doing a mock contest at some point in the near future. Just wanted to throw that out there. Please do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, a huge shout out to all of my patrons who even make these videos possible, especially people like Project Elements and Jonathan. Clearly I need to give my voice a break. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.